Hi, Dental Speaker Bureau member. Thank you for your interest in creating a demo video to use on your web page listing on our site. Also feel free to use this on your website and in your marketing. We'll be using these videos on your individual listing as well as through Facebook and LinkedIn and other social media marketing ads. And so it's important for us to talk about tips and guidelines on how you can get your best results. So that's the purpose of this video. You'll also notice on this page a PDF document you can pop open and utilize with all these tips are written in there. And so this is just one other way for you to listen and absorb it. Let's start with what device works best for creation of the video. I'm using my laptop. You could also use your smartphone. What's going to be most important is that you find which one creates better quality video. So I took my little Samsung and in this very same spot, utilized it to record myself. I made sure that I had high definition settings. When you go in either of your camera, of your laptop or your phone, you want to check open the settings and set it as close as possible to high definition. We have that noted in our document that is 1920 by 1080 or as close as possible to that. And then once you've recorded yourself for 30 seconds using both methods, also by moving your laptop around, move your phone around. Like here, I'm going to move just to make sure I don't have that mirror back in the background. Just kind of check out the settings behind you. Once you have recorded both of those, compare and see which looks like it has the better video quality, and then either would be fine. So if you choose to go with a smartphone, you're going to want to make sure that you prop it up somehow. You could use a tripod or just something to lean it up against, a rock or whatever you might have available. And then also please, with your phone, be sure you shoot horizontally, not vertically. We're going to want it to be horizontal so it fits the screen better. That's pretty much it for the device. The output should be MP4, and also again be sure you're set to high def. Now if you have questions on any of that, once you get into your device, let me know. I'd be happy to look at it with you. Now where should you be when you record? I'm in an extra bedroom in my house, an empty bedroom. I put some art on the wall to give it a little more warmth. It would be great if I had like a plant or something else here with me, but I'm just doing this on the fly for you. I purposely chose the cat because it has something to do with our branding that we're rolling out here soon. And so I was thinking about what would I want to have in the background that would be something that could help reinforce brand. You might want to think about that. You can also use your office. If you have a nice office that maybe has plaques or some nice photographs on the wall behind you, go for it. You could shoot outside. But here are some key things to think about. You want to be sure that the room is as quiet as possible. So I've turned off the fan. In fact, here in Phoenix in summer, that's why I'm having a little challenge with the heat. But I turned off my fan so it wouldn't be spinning in the background, plus it would be quieter. I put all the pets outside, closed off my door. I'm right now facing a window. You may see occasionally a little bit of light that goes by. It's a very busy street and sometimes it'll catch a reflection. It doesn't appear to me with what I'm looking at here that you're seeing too much of that, so we're probably okay. But what's really important is that I've got full sun on my face. Now if I was shooting more this direction, you're going to see that there's some shadowing one way or the other. We're going to want to be sure you have that light source directly on you. The best source is going to be a soft light like the sun coming through a window, or if you go outside, just don't be in direct sunlight, really bright sunlight. You could probably find if you have a quiet yard, which I certainly don't, but if you have a quiet area where it's an attractive background, feel free to shoot under a tree, whatever works well for you. Just look for bright enough light that we can see you well, but not so bright that you're squinting. Make sure there's no clutter behind you. Again, I'm looking here to see what I've got. I know it's kind of sparse. I could have put a little more artwork in here, but mostly it's clean. And what I like about that is it's not grabbing too much attention as maybe a pile of laundry or something else might do. We want to make it feel like we're not in our home. We want to make it feel as professional as possible. Also notice that my camera is just above my eye level. I'm looking at the camera now. So we don't want to shoot with the laptop down below us where it's looking up at our necks. And we don't want to have it so high that we're having, we want to basically have it eye level or just above. And on my laptop, I've got my camera up in the top little sliver. I've got it very small, and then underneath I have my notes. I have down below that a mouse and a mouse pad where my hands are, where I can kind of be scrolling through my notes and occasionally glance without making it hopefully feel too much like I'm reading. So we talked about tripod, making sure it's eye level, no clutter. Oh, microphone. You'll want to be within a couple feet of your microphone, probably no more than 3 feet. I am probably a foot away from my laptop right now, and so I think you'll probably be able to hear me pretty well. We've done some of these in the past where the microphone didn't pick up very well, even though the speaker was close. You might find that you need to have an actual physical microphone with your laptop in order to get the quality you're going to be looking for. And you might also find that your phone does a better job with audio. So I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what you think looks best between laptop and phone and regarding video and audio. What should you say in your clips? Well, we're going to be doing 2 different types of clips. One is an overall, so say you have a couple of presentations. So let's do maybe 3 to 5 minutes overall where you talk about the different topics. And if you can at all, roll those up into some of a more general description of your topics overall, that will be best. If we've created your speaker packet, you're going to have a summary page. For most people, that's page 2, right after the cover. And at the top of that is probably going to be a pretty good summary that you could start with. Refer back to your speaker packet and your course descriptions for help on all this. It'll help you be able to find some terminology and be able to really quickly pull a script together. Now, if you're doing a video for an individual course, and you're welcome to do both, one overall that's 3 to 5 minutes, and then we ask on your individual courses that you keep them shorter. 2 minutes is a pretty good length, 2 to 3 max. And on those, again, look at your course descriptions. Now, on all of these, the best format, the layout for you is going to be an introduction, a body, and then a conclusion. And so for those of you who've worked with me before, you've heard what I'm going to say next. That's the pain problem challenge for our introduction. That body part is going to be, how do you resolve that pain problem challenge? What keeps the dentist or the attendee up at night that you solve with this course? And that's going to be how you solve it's the body. And then we'll have a call to action at the end. A conclusion where you wrap it around kind of a circular construction, hopefully, and tie a little bow on it. We also want to put a little bit in there about you, a little bit of differentiator. I have an example video. Please watch it. It's not probably the best ever. Again, I threw it together pretty quickly to create examples for you guys. But using my course description and my speaker packet, I went back and pulled some wording. I reworded some things. I started out talking about what the challenge is and then kind of wrapped it back around to meeting planners hire me because we solved this particular challenge. That's not necessarily the way you have to do it, but it's one example of how to do that circular construction. In the document below, there are more key points on writing out your script, some questions that relate to what we just talked about. Feel free to pull your scripting together. Schedule an appointment with me where we can look at them together. I can give you some pointers, we can go through it, and I can help you tighten it up before you go to the effort of videotaping. If you'd like to video and send it to me for review, I'm happy to do that too. I will give you my honest feedback because I don't serve anybody well by saying, oh, that's good enough. I think video is really important for selling you as a speaker, but I've also seen video unsell people who have contracts in hand. So I think it's really important that we do this right. So feel free to either let me know ahead of time I'll look at the script, or if you'd like me to look at your video, I will give you my feedback for sure. And then we can modify and tweak if needed. When you get ready to do your video, what should you wear? Well, I've given you some guidelines in this document, but here's the bottom line. Like today I'm dressed kind of casually. I'm working at home. I've done up my hair and my makeup, and I have on something clean. This is not what I would wear to speak at Hinman, for instance. I would dress a higher level. I'd probably have a jacket on and maybe some jewelry or a scarf, or if I was a gentleman, I'd probably have a jacket and a tie on. I'm going to encourage you to be at least business casual in your video, if not higher level. And that's because we want the meeting planner to be able to, as they hear you speak about your course, we want them to be able to picture you on their platform. So you'll want to, maybe have your hair cut, and then, do this after that. Maybe have your nails done if we're going to see your hands. And, just think about what would I do if I was going to be speaking at a prestigious meeting. That's how I'm going to want to dress for my video. There's some other general instructions about colors to avoid or to use in the document. So now it's time to record. We've determined our device. We have determined where to put it in the house or elsewhere in the office. We know that we have good quality. We know how close we can stand to the video or to the camera. Couple of things to think about as you get ready to hit record is hit it and then do it a couple of times, run it through a couple of times, take some dry runs, and then watch it back to see, oh my gosh, it looks like my eyes are just reading across that paper. Be sure you have read through your script multiple times to the point where you can kind of wing it, pretty much, and you just glance occasionally if you get lost. Really important, I'm going to need you to leave me at least 5 seconds at the beginning and 5 seconds at the end. I need the body, the entire clip they're going to send me needs to be something that's ready to go with no edits. So if it needs editing, you've already made the edits and you've sent that MP4 file to me, ready for me to drop into the branded template so that we can just trim the beginning and we'll trim up the end, and then the middle will be ready to go. So be sure you leave 5 seconds, hit record. It gives you time to kind of, take a breath and adjust, smile, and then go. So hold that pose and then go. And same thing at the end. A lot of times we'll see people, you've probably seen this too, where they're done with their last statement and they're already reaching up to hit record, and we just see them looking off. So be sure you hold that pose wherever you're at in your last word. Smile. Be sure you smile throughout. Smile. Count to 5 in your head. I'm going to trim that so it's not going to be long. It's not going to feel awkward. Make good eye contact with the camera. Don't read your script. And just be sincere. Be you. Have a good time with it. Speak out. Be confident. Once you've created your clips and you're happy with them, the easiest way for you to send them to me is likely going to be through a service called WeTransfer.com. The information is in our document. There's no charge. It's really easy to use. You can attach up to 2 gigabytes, I believe it is, with each email, and that will be a great way for you to send it to me. Let's see, anything else? Once I get it from you, I'm going to throw it into our template, convert it into an overall MP4 file, and upload it to our Bureau YouTube channel. And from there, we will take the YouTube video and put it onto your web listing at our site. And I'll also send you a link. Now, if you would like, I can share with you the PowerPoint file that this is going to be going into so that you can modify it with your own branding, put your logo in, change it how you want. And then it's really super easy. If you have PowerPoint, I would have your video in there. I would just give you the slides that have our branding, and then you can change those slides to reflect your branding, and then you just save it as an MP4 and upload it to your own YouTube if you want to be able to use it for your site, which I think would be fabulous for us to be able to get that extra leverage out of your effort. So that's pretty much it. If you have questions, let me know. If you would like help creating your video, if you want help editing it, we do have a team member, Jen, who is exceptional with this that I can connect you with. And she's a contractor, she does her own thing. I can connect you and she can help you. She can help guide the process and help you do the edits. So thanks for listening. I'm excited to see what you create. I know you're going to do great. I'm really excited about the Bureau and where we're going here within the next year or so, especially as we add all of these videos onto our site and really start dripping them out into the community. So thanks for being a part of that. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.